Hello. So today I'm going to be talking about the Men of Easy Company in HBO's 2001 war series, Band of Brothers. We're going to start off with Dick Winters. So Dick Winters is kind of the leader of the company. He's a very good-looking man. He's played by Damian Lewis, who can also be seen on the TV show Homeland. Dick Winters, he has like kind of red hair and a very long face, but it's his leadership skills that makes him so attractive. He ascends from being an officer all the way up to a major over the course of the show, and it's really nice to watch because it's someone you can root for. Lewis Nixon is Dick Winters' best friend. He has kind of a drinking problem, but it's okay because his eyebrows are totally on point. I really like them. They're about as wide as my thumb, and they sit on his face really nice. And he has very dark features, and I appreciate that a lot. Floyd Talbot is a very attractive guy. He's a good leader and a great soldier, according to Dick Winters, who led at him for a long time, but for some reason on the show they don't show him enough. But I really like him, and he pulls on his lip in a way that's very attractive. And I also really like his general face, and he has a nice mouth. Joe Liebgott is one of the Easy Company soldiers and my personal favorite character. Though he does not always necessarily look hot in the face, something about Joe's confidence and his aggressiveness makes him very attractive. He also, and I feel weird saying this, there's a scene in the show where he does have an emotional breakdown, and he does start to cry. And something that always jumped out to me during this scene was how nice and soft his hair looks. And I really appreciate Joe as a character because he always stands up for himself. But when the time arises, he's very caring and a loyal, empathetic soldier. David Webster is another character in this show that I really like. The real man, David Webster, wrote a book called Parachute Infantry about his experience that made me feel very connected to him as a character. David isn't always a team player. He's Harvard educated, putting him above most of the men that he serves with, so he's not necessarily always ready for war, and he doesn't want to fight. Webster always butts heads with Liebgott because they are both very different, Webster being book smart and Liebgott being people smart, but in the end it's their stubbornness that causes them to clash. Webster has beautiful eyes, and due to the fact that he fights less than everyone else, he remains very soft and boyish looking, and it's always nice to see him in a scene because he always looks like an angel. Speaking of angels, Eugene Rowe is a company medic and also the love of my life, I'm pretty sure. Gene is a really interesting guy. He's quiet and compassionate, and he has an awesome accent because he's from Louisiana, is half Cajun. Eugene really works himself to the bone, making sure that everyone else in his company is okay. He takes good care of everyone, and he's really cute and always gets a bright red nose when it's cold outside. He suffers at one point from combat fatigue because something about being a medic is that there's no time to rest, especially in war. But he perseveres and does a great job, and I think that he is by far one of the most important characters in the whole show. So even though there are a ton of handsome, really interesting characters in Bantam Brothers, the last person that I'm going to be talking about today is Bill Garnier. Garnier is from South Philly. He is really spunky and sassy and has a nickname Wild Bill. This is actually because the night before D-Day, Bill discovered that his brother had been killed in combat at Monte Cassino. The resulting violence from that earned Bill the nickname because he was really hard on the Germans that he attacked. Bill has a really interesting jaw and an awesomely sassy face that I really can see a lot of emotion in, and I think that he is a great friend and a great leader and I think he was meant to be a soldier, and he's a total babe, and I really like his voice. Alright, so that's that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, it is so nice to be talking without that speech jammer on. The things that thing can do to your brain! It's really crazy. I think I'm going to link the one that I used. It's actually just in your web browser, so if you want to try it out yourself, that'll be available. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if I'm going to make another one of these, but if I do, I hope you tune in. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.